And that actually made me question that, do I have enough curiosity to actually be an entrepreneur?
Hi guys, welcome to Sip and Share, the place where we share stories about people who are doing things a little bit different. Their vision, passion, and most painful lessons. See you in the videos.
What is one of the most painful lessons that you learned on this journey?
It's really the team, honestly.
Really?
We
Did
have
something happen and you regretted it, and from there you learned a huge lesson that you should not do? Or
Yep.
you're good. Yeah.
If I were to start again, right? So I have a very close friend who shared with me that a MVP or a minimum viable product, right, is as good as a Google Sheet and Google Form, and that really hit me hard.
How so?
And the reason is because the NhiLe actually started with a no code app. That means we hired a so-called tech person from Mexico to build the app. You spend like a 5 figure on building the app itself, and at the end of the day, it can work. And my friend technically showed me a Google Sheet and Google Form can actually replace the entire feature that I tried to build using a no-code app. So that actually hit me hard in terms. I wouldn't say it's a failure, right? But it's painful enough to realize the fundamental of building a project or kicking off an idea is wrong. The foundation itself is you try to uh, use a chainsaw to cut something small, right?
I hear what you
Right.
mean. Would
So
you say that is the pain of not knowing enough?
yeah, I think the painful part was how come this kind of
You didn't know.
process was not being taught, right, in the process of building stuff. And that actually made me question that, do I have enough curiosity to actually be an entrepreneur, right? Because entrepreneurs try to get the find a solution using a so-called minimum resources, and that actually serve the purpose. Then from there you build more, you add more features. Then after like 8 months only I realized this, right? Because the first 5 months was waiting for the no code to be done.
Oh, that means what was your idea of being an entrepreneur at the beginning versus now? Because now you know that entrepreneurs basically you are solving a problem for somebody.
Correct. So when I first started, right,
What do you think entrepreneurship was like?
I was trying to build a product to solve a problem that I was facing about 3-5 years ago. So I think about 3-5 years of differences, right, is huge. Technically, a different generation of students,
Yes,
already,
correct.
they might face a different set of
Yes,
problems.
correct.
We haven't validated that, but we quickly jump into the conclusion that students should face this kind of problem like evergreen, right?
Okay.
And then we build a product. I mean, the idea sounds great, right? Student deals, who don't like it? But you try to launch it, you realize that people don't care, right? Unless it's really their day-to-day stuff, right?
Yes.
Then I think after that also, when I was in this master program here in NUS, right, this one word really kicked me again in terms of job to be done. People don't really change their habit, right? And when I think about that, right, our NhiLe was actually changing students' habit back then. Yeah.
Instead of trying to fit into their lifestyle, you were
Correct.
asking them to try to fit
into the platform.
app.
Yeah. So a lot of things, right, you realize on the way, and think about it, you have spent about 1 year plus into the idea. You have put in so much resources. You have invested a lot into the idea. Starting to realize that maybe the steps is wrong, like the sequence.
The sequence is not right.
Then that actually
You have to
very
start
painful.
from scratch again.
Yeah, it's very painful. I mean, when we go back to the team and like transparently open up this question, right? Do you think we mess up the sequence? Then everyone will be like, okay.
We didn't think about that, but
Yup.
let's think about it.
Correct. So I think that the painful process is to realize all these steps, but grateful as well to learn.
course.
Yeah, it's just that the price to learn is a bit high. Yeah.
5,000 not very high already lah.
5,000
not that high. When you become bigger, then
Yeah.
If we maybe 50,000,
Yeah.
5 million.
I think after a year, we almost
But I think it's a
quite
good point you
sufficient.
brought up about the curiosity.
Yeah.
Because the pain of ignorance is very big.
Yeah.
It's not that you didn't want to do it, but you didn't know that it was possible.
Yes,
And then
yes.
when your friends say, why didn't you do this instead? You're like,
Yeah.
And it's very
Painful. It's really painful. For me to realize after 8 months of effort, right? Like we waited for the no code app to be done, like email and chase, and we work on different time zones,
Oh, okay.
right? And we are so excited waiting.
But
For the
the
product.
person is just
Yeah.
building something. The person doesn't have that same drive and passion that you have. Right?
Correct, because they are so-called outsourced.
Yeah, they're just freelancers.
Freelance who really work on that, right? Then you don't really get the access to the person like when you need it, right? So every request, every change of feature come in a bill. So you want this, okay, 8 hours of development, and this is the total amount. So yeah, those kind of path we have taken is really
错误的选择。
错误的选择。
错误的选择，你现在想当年，
想当年。
还
But
一年
just
而已
wanna-
嘛 But you have grown so much, it feels so long ago, right?
Yeah, actually, I think if I were in corporate, I wouldn't able to see these things. Now I think, okay, so a little bit about comparing or just taking some reference from corporate life and entrepreneurship is now I get to see from both sides. Why my manager back then used to do some of the processes or procedures, right? It's actually to create something happen.
That you don't see.
Yeah, that I don't see back then. And I have a question, why you want to do these kind of things, right? Why I want to be involved in this thing? Why do we need this meeting? Why do we need to write email and all this? But then when it comes to entrepreneurship, you realize, wow, all these are so important. Right. Then again the same thing. Now you're managing the team, right? How do you convey the message that this is important things to follow? Especially culture. Culture is very, very important in the team. If you don't set the right tone, right, whoever new that come in, you follow, right, existingly what is going to happen. But you need to set the tone since day one, or with your pioneer team, so that whoever that join, they know that this is how the team works.
Basically, you're setting the standard.
Yeah.
And your team is looking at you. Oh, Shawn like that. That means I also can like that.
Yeah. Then it's very hard to.
Yeah,
it's very hard to go back. It's very hard to go back. Almost impossible to go back.
Yes, I think it's Leila who mostly said this. It's better to be very strict upfront and then you slowly loosen as you get to know the person better.
But as a startup, it's a bit tough because you have to be strict, right? But you are less than 10% in.
Oh, that's true. But they are kind of like your friends now, isn't it?
Yeah. So the team chemistry now is very good. As in, we are friends, we are colleagues as well. So we have a same vision, and somehow our passion align as well. So out of office hour, we still have something that can click within the team itself. Yeah.
Took some time to kind of work out how each other fit together as a team and how to work.
And I find it very pleasant is out of office hour, when we go for team building, when we go outing, we can still relate things to our platform itself. It's not like immediately after 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, then my brain service switch to I'm no longer with the team. Don't talk to me about business. Don't talk about our company. But somehow, like sometimes the team member will share on Instagram. They saw something that's relevant, some marketing so-called effort or approach that are different that we can reference, right? They share in the team like 10 o'clock, there's time people scroll Instagram, right? So like all of our people still, the team still think about it.
It's on their mind as much as it's on your mind.
Correct. So
it's quite hard to find, isn't it? Because technically they're employees, ma.
Correct.
Technically.
Yeah. So how do you
foster that kind of culture?
Culture, and how do you let them feel comfortable to share? All right, not being judged, and then and being appreciated if they do that.
But also cannot be too friendly, so it's like a
yes. So for me, it's
tough. It's tough.
Really tough. And now I understand why sometimes back in corporate, there's this thing back then, like if you are still colleague, right? We don't follow each other on social media until you leave the firm.
Yeah.
Right.
Until now, some of my ex-colleagues, I do not accept their request.
Correct. So there's this thing that back then also, now we understand why. Because there should be certain boundary at some
Have
point.
to,
Yeah,
have to.
Because once they cross it or you cross it,
Yeah.
cannot U-turn already.
Correct. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs online who say the same thing. If they are very close to you,
Mhm.
it's a Chinese lady, I think it's Gina 老师 or what. She say 皇帝如果变成枕边人，也已经不是皇帝了。It's become somebody so close to you that they lose their. You will slowly lose your admiration, respect, because there needs to be a certain distance, certain sense of mystery, maybe.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow, very lovely.
Until Huangdi also come out.
Yeah, that's what she said. Because she said
True.
if you want to be a leader, you cannot. She's a lady.
Yeah.
She said if you want to be a leader, you cannot be like a girly.
Mhm.
You have to be somebody that people will look up to, and that means a different image, a different way of speaking, a different way of thinking.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you have just watched, remember to like, share and subscribe. You can also follow us on other social media platforms. And if you have someone that you would like to recommend as a guest, leave a comment below. See you in the next episode.